Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? It is late. It is 5:51 a.m. I fell asleep at 10:30 with Alex, and I needed to sleep because I was exhausted. I had a very, very long day. So if you watched yesterday's vlog, I couldn't upload my videos to YouTube. All kinds of people were having all kinds of problems. So I finally, I woke up and they were ready to be posted, which I was really thankful for. A, because I wanted to get my videos up, and B, because I had a really, really busy day. I had sobriety stuff I had to literally do like the entire day. So I wasn't gonna have time to film a lot of videos. My stomach is absolutely kicking right now, you guys. I don't know what it is. The last couple days have been eating pretty okay, and I was really hungry for pasta, because I've been hungry for pasta since before I left for Las Vegas, and I haven't had it. So I got some pasta, and I woke up this morning and my stomach is just like really hurting. So anyway, so it was really good because then I could just post my videos and I didn't have to worry about getting my videos done, which there were some things I wanted to make videos about. I didn't get a Peterisms video up, which I wanted to do. I thought I would get home between like 3 and 4, and I ended up getting home at like 6:45. But it was just a really great day. It was just, you know, anytime that I do any kind of like service for sobriety or whatever, like I always just feel like, you know, just full of gratitude. And it was just a great day. Talked to my sponsor for a long time today. Talked to Tanya for a long time today. And, so yeah, it was just a really, really good day. But it was long, and it was, I wouldn't say draining is the appropriate word. I don't know if that is it. I just was, I was just tired, you know, when I got home. And then Alex got home, and he was really tired too. And I was like, what did we do? Because I had asked him, because I picked up fettuccine. I got fettuccine and a side salad from this place, Puccini's. It's like this little local pasta place. And I asked him if he wanted anything, and he was like, no, I ate late. And he's like, I'm not hungry. So we sat there and we watched the last episode of the reboot of 90210. I really hope it gets picked up again. I really like that show. I mean, I like the original, obviously, even though it was corny, but the reboot was, I just thought, hilarious. I thought the writers did a really good job on the reboot. And it kind of leaves it like a cliffhanger. Alex was reading, he like Googled some article afterwards, and it said that even though it got like one of the best like premiere ratings of like any show in the last 2 years, but with each episode it like lost a lot of points, so they don't know if it'll get renewed or not, you know, which is kind of sad. I would love for it to get renewed. I thought it was good. I thought it was well done. I thought it was funny. So I guess we'll see, you know. So we watched that, and then like right after that I was talking to like a friend of mine on the phone, and Alex was watching something else on TV, and then like 10 minutes later, he like came outside, and he was like pointed up, he was like holding pee-pee, and he like pointed upstairs, and I was like, are you going to bed? And he was like, yeah. So I got off the phone, and I came upstairs with him, and I was like, are you going to sleep right now? And he was like, yeah, I'm tired. And I said, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep too. And he usually like lays there and just like looks through stuff on his phone and whatever, you know, for a while. But he didn't, and I was so comfortable. Do you ever just have those moments where you're so comfortable? I was just absolutely so comfortable, and I was out like that. got a good night's sleep. 10:30, 11:30. I did not just get 7 hours of sleep, did I? 10:30, 11:30, 11:30, 12:30, 12:30, 1:30, 1:30, 2:30. I did. You guys don't laugh at me. I am horrible at math. I did just get 7 hours of sleep. I feel rested, but I don't feel like ready to be up for the day. I will say that. Don't laugh at me. I mean, I may need to go back to sleep for a couple more hours with the puppy dogs. And then I woke up, and I think this is from the pasta too. I don't think, well, first of all, I don't think that I'm lactose intolerant, but anytime I go somewhere, and I got like ranch dressing on my salad, and then, you know, it's the fettuccine sauce, and it's all in-house, like they make it with like their own creams and stuff. Like anytime I eat like salad dressing or any kind of like pasta sauce that has like a creamy base that they make in-house, like with butter or whatever they use, I don't know, like my stomach always kind of hurts. It's always kind of like my abdomen that hurts. And I mean, it's not just there, it's a lot of places that are like that, you know? So, yeah, but it was a good day. I finally got the audiobook for the book club book this month. My friend Anna is what we're reading. I started reading something else started listening to something else last night on Audible. I couldn't really get into it. I was like, well, I think maybe I'll save this book. My brother-in-law is in town this weekend for a wedding. I guess he comes in town tomorrow. And then he'll be in town till Monday. I guess Alex's mom is picking him up at the airport, maybe. And then they're gonna, like, Alex is gonna meet them for dinner somewhere downtown. And Alex was like, I don't know what time, blah, 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 whatever. And they're so just spontaneous. And I have another thing I'm supposed to do tomorrow night. So I actually don't know that I can go to dinner. Because I just kind of found out, I mean, he just told me tonight. He was like, oh, by the way, Fufu's in town this weekend for a wedding. And I said, oh, when is he in town till? And he said, Monday. And I said, oh, okay. He's like, if you can, it's no big deal. But, I mean, we're going to see them in 2 weeks anyway when we go out there to visit them. But they're going to go out and eat somewhere downtown tomorrow night. I did so much driving today. I was driving here and driving there and driving here and driving there. There's something I wanted to say, and now I can't remember what it is. There's something I wanted to talk about. It was so warm, I was kind of hoping I would get home early today. I think our pool might be still open, I'm not sure. But it was like 90 something today. And I was like, oh, I could go for a little swim in the afternoon. Well, maybe what I'll do today is, when I get home from vlogging, I will sleep for like 2-3 more hours. And then get up at like 10:30, and then film all my videos in the morning, and then I'll have the rest of the afternoon. I've been wanting to do a live stream. Maybe I'll do a live stream tonight. There's a trash truck in front of me. And it's interesting because they now, like, I don't know if it's changed where you live or not, but like in Indianapolis, it's been like this for probably, I don't know, 1.5 to 2 years. But it's now like motorized. So they pull up next to your house and like these like arms reach out and they pick it up and then it like dumps it and then it turns it over. But the thing is that, and they go real fast through the neighborhoods, right? Like it's like, pick it up, pick it up. I mean, it really is fast. I mean, it's not that fast, but it's fast. But then they just throw the things on the side. So like when you drive down the street, it's like, you just see all these overturned, and like they give you like this like square kind of, not square, but it's like, you know, it's not round, so to speak. So it's, it's not round. But, so they give you this trash can to put your stuff in. You can get, you know, recycling can too. And, oh my God, my stomach. And like the days they come to our neighborhood, it just looks like a tornado has hit our street. It's crazy. Like, it's just all these overturned trash cans with trash in the street. And it's like, this is ridiculous. So the last time this happened, this time I didn't do anything about it. I could care less. I'm kind of over it at this point. But the last time, I was like real fired up about it. And I mean, it's a lot of older people in our neighborhood, you know, and like a lot of older people, like in their 80s in our neighborhood that, anyway, so I came out and I was leaving. I think I may have even vlogged about this or talked about it. And it was literally like trash cans turned over on their sides, sitting in the middle of the street. I mean, I'm not even lying to you. It like literally looked like a tornado had hit our street. And so I called the trash company and she was so nice. She's like, oh, no. We take that really seriously and we'll send another truck through. And they were passing like certain houses. Like they didn't pick up our trash. They didn't pick up our neighbor's trash. They were just like, pick whoever they wanted to pick up. It was weird. And they were just tearing through the neighborhood. So she was super, super nice. And she was like, oh no, we'll send somebody back through there. We take that stuff very seriously. And about a couple hours later, there was another truck that came through and picked up everything. And yeah. Did you ever wake up in the middle of the night? This is what I was going to say about the milk or the cream stuff that hurts my stomach. But do you ever wake up in the middle of the night? Pasta, it doesn't usually do it to me, which is interesting. It's usually like greasy food. But do you ever wake up and you are like dehydrated beyond belief? Like you need water like that instant? I woke up and felt like that. Well, I woke up a couple times. I woke up at like 1 something, and then my phone kept on going off all night long. I got like, I don't usually get texted. I mean, I don't care. Like if I'm asleep, I don't notice it. But sometimes if I wake up and like grab my phone to see what time it is and I have a bunch of texts and I'm trying to read it and I can't see because I don't, you know, my reader's right there. It's so bad being old, you guys. It totally sucks, right? I mean, I do have readers right next to my bed, but to put my readers on to read my phone in the middle of the night when you're half asleep is just like, okay. So I have become my father, okay? I have readers everywhere. I have readers in the bathroom. I have readers downstairs next to the computer. I have readers in the kitchen. I have readers next to my bed. It's bad. I have readers in here. And let me tell you something. Let me go around this roundabout really quick. I was going to talk about this the other day because I think this is so funny. I was actually going to put this in my rant video because it is so the truth. Bye, trash truck. Okay, I never understood back in the day, like my mother would always have glasses. My mom wore glasses. She wore contacts, but she also wore glasses a lot. And then she would also wear like bifocals, right? I never understood, that house is cute back there. I never understood why my mother had glasses that had like one arm on them, okay? I'd be like, just throw them away. Oh no, I mean, like, why throw them away? They're still good, they still work. And I'm like, Mom, that is so stupid that you, do you guys know, okay, first of all, Friday the 13th, when you're watching this, so it's the morning of going into it, because I did this so late, but right now I have to tell you, I am looking at the moon, and it is like, so Friday the 13th, and it's a full moon. It's a harvest moon, and I'm looking at it right now, you guys, and it is absolutely one of the most beautiful orange moons I have seen in a long time. I was gonna say ever seen, but that's not the truth. Okay, so anyway, I'd be like, Mom, just go get some new glasses. My God, why are you so cheap? And she'd be like, they're perfectly fine. They're fine for what I need them for. Because she wouldn't, like, I mean, obviously wear them, you know, like, to go places. But like, if she was sitting at the house and she was reading coupons or something, she'd just like hold them, okay? Well, I don't know why this cracked me up so much the other day, but look, I have these readers in here, and they have one arm on them, okay? So you just hold them like this, do you see? Okay. I mean, you obviously don't wear them like this, okay? Which is so funny. Now I can see the camera perfectly fine. So now you don't hold them like this. Okay? I mean, you don't wear them like that. You just kind of hold them if you're like, do you know what I'm talking about? I have become my parents when it's like the reading glasses, and I'm so embarrassed. I'm like, I cannot believe I have become all that. Is that not hilarious? People out like really early out here walking and stuff. I said to Alex last night, I said, we should start taking walks this fall. And he goes, okay. He goes, do you want to take a walk tonight? I go, oh, not tonight. I said, let's just sit here and watch TV tonight. But we have such a nice neighborhood to take walks in, you know? I love when people always, like, they leave comments and they're like, you should walk your dogs. I'm like, okay, no. First of all, the dogs are 3 hellions on leashes. Tucker and Boo they don't understand how to walk on leashes, okay? We have tried to train these dogs for years to walk on leashes. Tucker literally just stands there, okay? So when you start pulling him, he doesn't understand it. And Boo Radley, like, just goes 50 different ways, and so you're constantly trying to, like, move. They hate it. Like, whenever we have to take him to the vet, or we have to take him to, like, you know, whatever, any place, like, they hate those leashes. They don't understand them at all. And, Pee-Pee's fine on a leash, but Pee-Pee can't walk. Like, I mean, we couldn't take him on, like, you know, a 2-mile walk now, whatever. Pee-Pee's not wanting to eat his food. Okay, so this was one of the things I had to do today in the middle of all of my sobriety stuff that I was dealing with. I actually made my friend go with me today. I was like, I have to go buy dog food. So I went to the vet, which was so sad, you guys, because they have these, like, fake candles in the entryway. Not in the entryway, but like on the desk when you walk in. And if they're turned on, like, you know, like with a little fake flame, it's like a white candle that has like this little fake flame. There's like, I think there's 2 of them on the counter, maybe 1, but there's a sign next to it. And it says, if the candle is burning or something, candle is lit, that means somebody is saying goodbye to their beloved pet. Please keep it quiet in here. Okay, which makes me so sad anyway, right? So then, on top of that, the music when I walk in the background is Landslide by Fleetwood Mac. So now I'm like ready to be an emotional wreck. Not to mention, I was real emotional today anyway, kind of doing some of the stuff that I was doing. So, PB won't eat his food. He's being a real snot about it. And that is really truly the case, because when he was at the kennel, he had no problem eating his food. Tanya said he ate it right up, okay? Well, he looks like he's losing some weight. Alex said he doesn't think he's lost any weight. I go, well, he looks to me like he's lost a little bit of weight. Alex is like, he looks completely fine to me. So today, I felt bad because we're putting his food down when we put down Boo and Tucker's, and he walks over and he wants to see what they're eating, right? And so he's real snooty about it. And so then he goes over and he tries to eat Tucker's food. Well, Tucker doesn't fight him on it. Like, Tucker lets him. And so then I'm like, PB, your food is in the kitchen. So I have to get him back in the kitchen, and Alex does the same thing. And then he just stands there and he looks at us. So we pick up the plate, we put it up, and then later we'll like put it back down and he'll like eat a little bit of it. But at first, where he would eat the whole thing, he's now getting to the point where he won't really eat it. Like, he looks at it like, I don't want that food. And he just kind of like walks away. And, so today I woke up and I felt bad. So I was getting ready to leave, and I was actually uploading my vlog from yesterday that I couldn't put up till really late. Okay, so anyway, so I went in the kitchen and I was like, I'm giving him a half a can of PB and Boo's food. Like, he has to eat something, right? Which then when I talked to the vet later, she was like, that was fine for today, but he has to eat his food, Peter. She was like, we have him on a very strict diet for a reason, and we'll figure this out. But she was like, he can't be eating their food. She was like, you know, it's like we're trying to keep him like balanced in his system and things like that. And I said, well, I was worried that he wouldn't eat. She's like, that's totally fine. She's like, one day is fine. She was like, but I'm just telling you, he's got to eat his food. And so I put down, like, he literally snubs his food, you guys, okay? Like, he acts like he hasn't been hungry in weeks. He just looks, and he's totally fine. Like, it's not that he's not hungry, because a lot of people, like a lot of dogs that have heart disease, when they stop, like, having interest in food, it's kind of like an end sign kind of thing. And so I'm always worried. But this dog will eat cheese because he has to take he's allowed to have cheese, the Cheese Whiz, for his pills. He gobbles that right up. And he's allowed to have treats, okay? So he eats these treats right up like nobody's business. He's addicted to these treats. So I put this half can of food down for him, right? I go in the kitchen to start uploading my vlog. I come back, and it's been 2 minutes. It takes PP a while to eat anyway, because he doesn't have that, you know, many teeth left. That truck almost just like pulled right out in front of me. Oh my God, slow down, dude. He had eaten the whole plate in like less than 2 or 3 minutes. I could not believe it. I was so happy for him. And then I had to leave, and so I carried him upstairs and put him in the bed and let him go back to sleep and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, when I was talking to the vet today, she said, well, she gave me some tricks, and I mean, they were like common sense tricks. She was like, you need to feed him at a different time than Boo and Tucker. I was like, I know that. I said, that's what I'm gonna try to do going forward. So like when I leave for the day to go get my coffee and stuff, my coffee and stuff, and run errands, I think I'm gonna give PB food then, because then he's not, you know, in competition with Boo and Tucker over who has the better food. And then the other thing she said was warm his food up, because the smell will be stronger if it's warmed up a little bit. And then the other thing I did was, he's been eating this stew, and she said we can order different kinds of food to try some different kinds of things. I said, you know, I honestly don't think that it has to do with the kind of food that it is. I think it has to do with that he's just being a snoot, you know, about the whole thing. He just doesn't want to eat it. He's just being snobby about it. And she's laughing on the phone, and she, so I bought the pate today, which all of a sudden the camera was like lit up like real bright. It's never done that before. I don't know what it is, so I don't know, the camera must have stopped, but I was at the end. I was at the 23.5 minutes or whatever. But anyway, so I don't know where exactly it stopped, but I was talking to the vet, and I ended up getting the pate, and it's like, I don't know, it's like 80%, it's really high content sweet potatoes. I mean, it smells like sweet potatoes when you take it out of the can. And it kind of weirdly looks like sweet potatoes a little bit too, like the consistency of it. And so anyway, it doesn't smell bad. I mean, it's weird. It's like, you know how dog food and cat food just like, I honestly, no offense, but if you have a cat, like I almost cannot stand the smell of cat food. And wet dog food, I'm saying is like, you guys know I'm a dog lover, but wet dog food is not a whole lot better. So anyway, I put the pate tonight on a plate, and I warmed it up, and I tried to feed him like a couple minutes before I fed Boo and Tucker, And he ate a little bit of it, but then he didn't finish the rest of it. Where was I when... Because Alex put the plate down later, and he gobbled it right up. He ate the whole thing, like, right away. And I was like, oh my God, thank God. Okay, so he'll eat the food. So, because this pate is actually supposed to be, like, the really good kind of pate, like, the really good recipe for him. So anyway, like, better than the stew. So I'm really happy if he'll eat that. And she gave the vet today when I bought the, well, she didn't give it to me, but the woman at the counter who was so nice, they're so nice there. She gave me this plastic lid to put on the can so that we can put it in the refrigerator. She's like, I have 2 little chihuahuas too, so I know that they don't eat a whole can. I go, yeah, you won't eat a whole can at a time, I wish, you know. I just want to keep weight on the little guy. You know, our vet said originally, she was like, you know, I'd rather have a lean, she said I would rather have a lean dog with heart disease than a heavy dog with heart disease. But, I mean, he's got to keep on good weight on him. You know, it makes me sad because I actually saw, like, on Instagram that a friend of, like, a friend acquaintance, this guy that we know, his dog passed away last week. It was actually somebody that I ran into at Horror Hound Festival, which is Horror Hound Weekend, which was interesting. I didn't even know. And then I saw it on Instagram, and his dog had died, like, 3 days before. His dog was, like, in all of his pictures and stuff. I thought it was so sad. And, you know, when she, and it's silly because when she originally told me and I said, how long do you think that he'll live? And she said 1.5 years, or I'd like to see him make it to 13.5. Well, 13.5 is October. And towards the end of October. I'd like to see him make it. Doesn't mean he will. That's like long shot, right? Well, then when I went in last Christmas, which had been about, at that point, it would have been, you know, 9 months or something. It had been 1 year since he had been diagnosed, and it had been like because I checked today, and I said, when do I need to make another appointment? And she said, your semi-annual was July, so she's like, you don't need to come back in until January with him. And I was like, okay. So, just for the heart disease stuff. But, I mean, he's still doing really well. I mean, I take it day by day with him, and so does Alex. But, like, she told me she was like, oh, yeah, you know, I thought it was really going to only be 6 months. This is, like, a personal joke at the vet, okay? Like, when we go there, like, they all know who we are, of course, because we have 3 crazy dogs. And of course, I go in, and I'm always, like, 5,000 stories and talking to all the girls and all that kind of stuff. And, so, the moon is, like, sunk so low over there. It's so pretty. Reminds me of that Judy Collins song, The Moon's a Harsh Mistress. My mom loved that song. I love that song so much. Do you guys know that song? The Moon's a Harsh Mistress by Judy Collins. Little unknown fact. I don't know if I've talked about this on here for a long time, but Judy Collins is one of my all-time favorite artists. I own, like, well, now in my phone, my iTunes, I have, like, tons of her music, but I love Judy Collins. So anyway, I have a feeling with Pee-Pee, and I think this is what's going to be really sad, because I don't think we're going to be prepared for it. I don't really think you ever really are prepared for it, you know, any kind of death or passing, I think. I mean, I was thinking about this. I don't know, I just appreciate my dogs and my life so much more, you know? And I was telling the woman this today. I said, you know, when you have a sick dog, I said, when I was at the vet, I was talking to the woman at the counter, and I said, you know, when you have a sick dog, I said, you really are so completely grateful and appreciate each and every extra day that you have with them, you know? And she's like, oh, I know. She's like, I've been there. And I said, you know, but it like makes you really grateful for every single day that you have just on, you know, with family, with friends, with whoever, you know? It really like puts it in a different perspective. The thing I think is going to happen with PP is I don't think it's going to be a slow fade. I haven't, like with heart disease, I've heard that it is not like that, like that he progressively does worse over time. I think it's going to be a weekend and the cough is going to be out of control and we're going to have to make a decision, or I think that's what's going to happen. His cough is not bad now. He didn't cough at all today. Not once when I was there. I didn't hear him cough. And he seems completely fine. He does seem older though. I will say, like tonight when he was in bed, he just kind of was looking at Alex and he just kind of looked like he was a little out of it, the little guy. But then other times he's like chasing Boo and Tucker around the yard and around the bed and he's hilarious. I just think he has his moments now, you know, where he's like just not as alert and whatever. They all of them are, you know, Boo and Tucker are acting older too, you know. It just kind of makes me sad. I don't know. I hope that's not how it goes. I hope, you know. I mean, the vet said to me, she said, the reality is, I mean, this dog could live, you know, a while, and if we got rid of the cough, and she was like, then he would just die of old age or something else, you know, talking about PP. So, that's what we're hoping on. God knows, 4 medications, and I gotta refill his medications this weekend. God knows, 4 medications and special food and all kinds of stuff, and that he is doing well though. She is fantastic. I mean, she is absolutely fantastic. I love her. Our vet is like so cute. She's like, so she's probably in her mid-30s, maybe her late 30s. And she's got like real, like her hair's like down to here, like brown, and it's like tucked behind the ear. She's really pretty hair, really cute in the face. But she's very much like that girl that like loved horses and always wanted to be a vet, but she like grew up to be a vet. You know what I mean? Like she's that, but she dresses so cute, and she always has on like a bright green like button-down collared shirt and then like khakis, and then she'll have her khakis like in hunter boots, but the hunter boots will have like golden retrievers on them or something. She's real cute. And but she's kind of real hardcore with me too. She'll be like, now Peter, I told you. And so anyway, she like in the time that all this has been going on with PP, she actually had a dog that passed. And so I brought PP in like the day after it had happened, and it was real random that it had happened. And she's just such a, I have worked with so many people that are like, and you know, Tanya loves her too, and I've worked with so many dog people, and you can, and I've met my fair share of dog people that are kind of cruel, like not cruel to animals, but they're just cold. Not cruel is not the right word, but they're just cold. You know what I mean? Like they're not super. They're great with the animals, but they're not people person. You know what I mean? They're just cold. And she just is not that. She is so fantastic. She's so funny, like when she calls me on the phone. She'll be like, so PP's not eating his food. No, and I don't know what to do. She's like, okay, first of all, you need to settle down, Peter. She's like, it's not that big of a deal. Because I always like go into panic mode. I'm like, PP won't eat his dinner. And she's like, okay, Peter, first of all, you're in your 40s. You need to settle down. I'm like, okay. Oh, God, my stomach. I literally have like 15 things. Well, I keep on adding to it that I want to rant about. I have so many things I want to rant about. You guys have no idea. You're probably like, yes we do, give us a few. No, I'm not gonna give you a few. You'll have to wait till my rant video. And I don't know when my rant video is gonna be because I thought it was gonna be on Friday. Well, first off, I thought it was gonna be on Thursday. Then I had a drama video, so then I thought it was gonna be Friday, but I already have my drama video for today because more stuff has happened that I know of. So, it'll be Saturday, I guess. I'll just keep on putting it off. Oh my God, the moon. I wish I could stop and show you guys. It is so pretty. I guess I could, actually. Couldn't I? No rules saying I couldn't. Careful how she... I'm trying to think of how that song starts and I can't remember it. My thing is, if I pull in over here, I'm not sure you're going to be able to see it from here. Yeah, because see, it goes behind the building. What else happened today? Anything good? I mean, everything good happened today. You know, I sometimes think about this a lot, actually, when I'm vlogging late at night like this. I mean, it's 6:27 in the morning, and, you know, people are going to work and stopping at the gas station, getting their coffee for the day, getting their newspapers. Please let me show you this moon. Am I going to be able to see it from over here? Damn it, Janet. I don't think so. I don't even see it now. Where did it go? How is it literally just there? Oh, it's way over there. You can't see it now. Well, you might be able to. You can just see the top of it. Here, I'm going to show you. You can just see the top of it. You see that? That moon. So pretty, isn't it? Okay, so I turned the camera off and I was turning it back around, so, okay, there we go. Anyway, before all that madness with the moon that we didn't even need to see and nobody cares about to begin with. Did any of you like the moon? I thought the moon was real pretty. But anyway, what was I gonna say? No, I've forgotten what I was gonna say. Oh, sometimes when I'm driving around like this late in the morning, you know, I know that people think, they're like, well, because I get comments about this, you know, but like, that like me staying up late or me getting up late in the middle of the night to drive around and do this or whatever is like so abnormal or seems so crazy or whatever, right? But like, I think we define our own normal. And so for me, this is like very normal to me now, you know? Like, I love and enjoy my life. And even in the past when I've been like, I need to get on a normal schedule, I feel that way for like a day. But then I'm like, why? Like, this works for me. I enjoy it. It makes me happy. And the other night, I was driving home after vlogging, and it was really late. And there were, like, people going to work, and they were, like, they just looked so bitter. And I was, like, dancing to, like, Vogue, like, on my way home. And I was like, you know, I don't know. It just was, like, be happy in whatever your circumstances. I will say that, you know? Like, when I was going to work, until like the last year or two, when I just really didn't want to be there anymore, and my time had run out, and, you know, I should have left years before. But before that, like, I loved going to work every single day, you know what I mean? Like, and getting my coffee and the crossword and doing all of that, you know? And it was real enjoyable to me. I loved it, you know? And then I also think there's the whole situation that, like, I mean, we obviously have to pay our bills, right? Like, I think we live in a society now, like, this is not so much the situation with my generation, but I think something happened along the way where we, like, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, bills need to be paid, you know what I mean? People need to have jobs, and some people don't have the jobs of their dreams. They just don't. They're not working in Google offices with huge lofts and, you know, getting, you know, 60 days a year off or something. I mean, that's just not everybody's reality, you know? Some people's reality is they work at the BMV, or they work at McDonald's, or they work at the gas station, or, you know what I mean? Like, or they got themselves in a job that they don't want to do. They're hairstylists for 30 years, and they wanted to do it, and they started it, but they hate standing on their feet now, or whatever, you know? It's like, people have to pay their bills, and I think we forget that, and I think we live in a society that's like, dream as big as you possibly can dream. I would say that, you know? I always tell people that. What is your dream? Focus on your dream and go for it, but you gotta pay the bills at the same time, you know what I mean? Like, you have to focus on getting all that taken care of. So, it's like, it's just kind of like double-edged sword, you know? It's like, I don't know. I remember years ago, I felt like everybody that I would talk to, this is kind of like around the time that my brother-in-law was in college, maybe a little bit before, well, like when he started college. His degree is in finance, and I sort of got every person that I talked to that was his age, you know, friends and stuff, would be like, I'd be like, what are you studying? Finance. What are you studying? Finance, business, finance, business. And in Indiana, we have the Kelley School of Business at IU, and it's like a real honor to get into the Kelley School of Business. But we were literally having tons of graduates of the Kelley School of Business that were unemployable because there were no jobs in the business and finance field. None whatsoever. And and I can remember talking to people and being like, why did you choose to go into business? Well, I mean, you'll always have a job in business, is what they would say. And I always thought that was kind of sad. It's like, you go to school, right? And I know a lot of people don't agree with me on this one, but it's like, you go to college to study something that you love and you enjoy, or that will give you, I guess a lot of people go also just to give them a job, but you go to college and you pay literally tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars to educate you on something that you have no interest in, just so you can have a job that you have no interest in, that will pay you, if you can get one of those jobs, to pay you to live a life. Well, why don't you go to school for something that you are interested in, get educated in that area, and then see if you can make really good money doing something that you love? You know what I mean? My dad always taught me, do what you love and the money will follow. And if the money doesn't follow, at least you're doing something that you love. And there's a lot to be said for that, you know? When, you know, I at some of the poorest moments of my life, you know, as a social worker, I was doing some of my happiest work, you know, like in my life that I've done. It was ridiculous what I made. It was offensive what I made. I made such low income, you know, compared to friends of mine that had a third of my education, if even that, you know, and were making, I had friends of mine, I had a master's degree, you know, and so many hours of experience and whatever, and I had friends of mine that were high school educated that were making $80,000 and $100,000 a year, right? So, but you know what's interesting is that at that time, I don't remember really ever, like, I do remember a friend, like this coworker of mine, she and I used to joke that every day we were either overpaid or underpaid. Like, there was no in between. It was like we were either completely overpaid because we would go in and it was literally like just sitting around doing coffee and, you know, me doing the crossword and she and I talking and, you know, running a group, and that was it, right? Like, it was real easy. Or it was like we were grossly underpaid because there was like 9 million things that were happening that day, if that makes sense. There was like really no in between. And so, but you know, I don't remember like being real fixated on not making a lot of money at the time, you know, like that was when I was with my first boyfriend going into my second boyfriend, and you know, both of those, and we had a good life, you know, our rent was paid, we had a cute apartment, you know, in a nice area, and we did what we wanted to do, and we didn't live real high on the hog. And I've never been somebody anyway, like, I mean, I'll buy shoes, I'll buy this, I'll buy that, but I've never been anybody anyway that like grossly overspends money every like week, unless it's like travel. Like, travel is like where I do that with. So I never had that issue, you know. I was just pretty happy if I could get my coffee and my crossword. Now I'm wanting to get my crossword for the day. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I was happy. And I wouldn't consider myself poor. I wasn't poor. But I wasn't by any means wealthy, and I wasn't making any, I mean, I have friends of mine that were leaving where we worked, because a lot of us kind of left around the same time, that went to like competing treatment centers or hospitals, and they literally were making $20,000 and $30,000 more signing on. But we were also a not-for-profit organization that we worked for. I don't know, I just didn't really think a whole lot about it while I was there. I mean, there were times that I did, you know, but I think also that was a period, you know, like when you need less, it's like you realize you don't need a whole lot. Like, I'm kind of like there right now. Like, I love to travel, and I love to buy a new pair of shoes every once in a blue moon, right? But like, I don't need a whole lot. Like, there's not a lot that I need. So if I just have enough to like get me through, I'm like completely fine with that, you know? But sometimes when I'm driving around, this is what I was gonna start saying, like, I'm going home, you know, from vlogging, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back to bed for a couple hours or whatever, you know? And then I'm like looking at people, and I'm like, I don't know, like, I sometimes miss it. Like, this is the craziness is, I sometimes miss it, like the grind, so to speak, you know, of like getting up and being out of the house by like 6:30, you know, 7 in the morning. When I think back about how, like, when I first started working there, my shift was 7 to 3. And one of my shifts, I mean, I had several, but one of my shifts was 7 to 3. 7 to 3, you guys. We had staggered people, so it was 7 to 3, 8 to 4. So sometimes I look at people and I think I miss that. And other times I look at people and I think, there is no way. There is no way that I could go back to that, you know? How do people do this? You do what you have to do, right? But there's a lot of times that I miss it. Like, it's crazy, you know? Oh, I think it's gonna be a beautiful day today. It's 71 degrees outside, so it's still real warm outside. It'll probably be in the 90s again. My goal today is to do my Peterisms video. I'll probably do that first so I can just read my meditations on there. Maybe make a little cup of coffee while I do that. We'll see. And then I do my booktube. I haven't done a booktube video in like 2 weeks, if not more. So I gotta get back into the, regular scheduling of doing that. So I'm going to do a review of Lock Every Door. And I also have to do a review of the other book, our book club book from last month. And then, okay, I don't know what my review is gonna be for my review channel yet. I might do a Burger King smoothie. I've been kind of wanting to do that for a while and even try and see if they're any good. And then the drama video, and then the vlog. There you go. For your hours and hours of viewing pleasure from Peter Monn. Hours upon hours upon hours of viewing pleasure from Peter Monn. All right, you guys, listen, I think I'm gonna get off here now, and I am turned around and headed on home, and I'm gonna go back to sleep for a little bit. And yeah, so I'm gonna get off here now. But I hope you guys are having an amazing Friday. It's a full moon. It's Friday the 13th. Woo! Spooky, spooky. Are you gonna watch Friday the 13th movies today? I probably will. I'll probably have them playing around in the background the whole time. I don't remember the Friday the 13th movies like that well. Like I can kinda, like I saw the first one, or was it the remake? I don't even know. Like I don't really know the Friday the 13th movies that well. So maybe I'll watch them today, like and actually watch them. So I hope you are having an amazing Friday, unless you have other plans. But like I always say, don't have other plans. Enjoy your day. Make the most of it. Do something fun today. You're exchanging a day of your life for it. Do something meaningful. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Make sure that you look at the mirror. Make sure that you look in the mirror every single day and you tell yourself, I love you, you are valuable, and that you treat yourself with kindness and compassion, and that you treat others with kindness and compassion. Most importantly, make sure that you let at least one person today know how important they are to you, and that we pass that energy on to somebody else, that positivity onto somebody else, positive vibes, and let them know that they're important to us as well. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you.